Whoa, Nessie! But that's for a different day. We are on our last night right now here in the UK, but we're catching you up on our day traveling from Aberdeen to Nairn and our show at the Bandstand Hotel and Restaurant on the beach, more or less, in Nairn. So we got up early because I had a couple adventures I wanted us to take in Aberdeen that we hadn't quite got to. And one was a
conspiracy theory.
Well, if you know anything about William Wallace, you know he was punished as a traitor for fighting against the crown and ended up getting like the most severe type punishment, which is all about making a statement. So
right. There's capital punishment and then there's torture.
Yeah.
And he was tortured.
And killed and then divided up. There's no better way to say it, but like pieces of him sent to the corners of Scotland to, say this is what happens to people that go against the crown. And there's one story or one version that says that one of the parts of him went to Aberdeen and is either buried in or in the wall or it's somewhere in this former cathedral, now church in Aberdeen. And the story, I did a bunch of research, and the story is that there's a little star in the wall, on the outside wall of the church.
Like in the brick.
Like in the same stone as the wall is made of, and the wall has been there for a long 1200. So it's aged right. It would make sense. And the star, his sigil, or,
his
crest is 3 stars, so the use of the star also seems meaningful. So they're all things that kind of lend itself to that. The other argument is that that same piece ended up in Stirling, which would also make sense because that's the first place that he really fought back against the English. So hard to say, but I love to chase down anything William Wallace. This is my William Wallace beanie from the Wallace National Monument. So I'm just a fan.
William
I love
Wallace
the story.
wore that beanie.
He did. Which would be a much cooler story. A, that they had beanies back then. B, that it's his. That'd be great. But he's just he's been something I've loved my whole life, and just hearing more about his story here and what he stands for internationally now as someone who fought against oppression and for freedom for his people. How can you not love that? So anyway, I had us take a little adventure to go find this star. So we thought we'd have to go in the church, and then turns out it's outside. So we kind of walked around the whole church. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a competition here to have the coolest, oldest looking church in the UK. And a lot of places are winning. It's really cool. I love it. So we did that. We then took the bus back to our place, packed up our stuff, took the train, an afternoon train from Aberdeen to Nairn. And Nairn is like, aside from their most famous citizen, Tilda Swindon, they have a really beautiful beach. We came in almost right at sunset. Right before sunset because it was really hot. It was like the 2 hottest days was our day in Aberdeen and the day in Nairn, which it was like...
Most of the places in this part of the world do not have air conditioning.
No.
So our train did not, so it meant that the windows were open while we were traveling. And the train filled up with a lot of dandelion seeds, so it looked like it was kind of snowing in our car. It was actually kind of pretty and very annoying.
Yeah, it was pretty and annoying. Those
just
are
like
two
me.
good... I wasn't going to agree, but now you walked right into it. Yeah, it was like everybody was like just kind of like being like, oh, and then like it's in their drink, and then it was all.
So the woman sitting across from us would strike up a conversation, and every reply we were like, well.
Yeah, but really wonderful lady who we're just only sitting with people who are in the film industry or theater and entertainment industry on this trip.
Producer.
And I think she said her partner is a writer. Production.
I don't remember that part.
Sorry, I don't remember. But he also works in...
The way that I remember is that she's more involved with like music productions, like concerts and theater and
theater for sure.
Stage oriented things.
Yeah. Anyway, very cool. Told us about kind of a bunch of behind the scenes facts from different stuff, and we were able to share with her stuff we'd learned because we just been to, that castle we told you about in the last video, Duniter, which had some, film history. So we were like, guess what we learned?
She had a really cool recommendation for a Scotch artist who had covered like a lot of very popular songs from other artists from Scotland. It's called the Scottish Songbook.
What's her name?
I can't remember.
Oh, I was giving you a shot. I was giving you a shot for redemption.
Opportunity to fail.
Yeah, wow.
But because Ben has been covering this song called "Dignity" by Deacon Blue, it was cool to see another cover of it.
Not to be confused with Steely Dan's Deacon Blues. Very different. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, it was. We listened to it as the train was. Nope, that was the next day. But we did listen to some of it, and she was very nice lady. And it was funny. Trains are funny because we've been often sitting at tables, so you kind of like we sit at two chairs, and then other two chairs face you, so it's kind of you never know what you're gonna get across from you. And we didn't end up talking to this lady until we're about over halfway through the journey. And then it was like, we had all this stuff to kind of talk about where we were from, where she's from, places we should go, things we should see. And so it's very nice. We've been getting like batting 1,000% on local recommendations. And so we're always in to hear what people suggest.
I don't think that you can really go wrong in a place like Scotland. Like you're not gonna get a bad recommendation, but even
no.
Still, it's hard to go wrong if you're already in paradise. So
paradise is by my home. Oh, I see what you're saying. Metaphorical paradise. So we showed up in Nairn. Nairn. Sorry, I want to call it Narnia, but it's Nairnia. Anyway, I was like, let's go find the one bus, city bus that runs in town, and it just stops in front of some folks' houses. I was like, I'm pretty sure it runs today, and I'm looking at the bus schedule. It runs like 3 times a week or something crazy, and I'm like, I'm sure it will come, but it's hot. It's like here, I guess it's only 76, but for here that's really warm. No AC, and it's humid, and it feels warmer than that. And so we're just kind of like sweaty, carrying big bags, walking uphill both ways every time. And this bus rolls up and is like there's no even nice way to say it, elderly folks that are all just like chatting each other up about, you name it, the weather, the Celtics Rangers game, the all of things, and there's just like 4 of them.
You got the real sense that we walked into something that was very much like their daily routine.
Yeah.
That they all like see each other every day. They're all on the same bus route.
They're like asking about one guy's getting dropped off at a medical appointment, and the bus driver's like, I'll be back around in 27 minutes or whatever.
When he'll come pick him up.
Yeah.
And, like immediate, just endearing, like small town feel.
Yeah. And Nairn is definitely a smaller town, but a very sweet, beautiful little village right on the water. Mm-hmm. And it's maybe 20-minute, 15-minute train ride from Inverness, so it's not like it's that far from a major hub, but you wouldn't know. And just everyone is out because it's hot, so everyone's at the beach. Kids, dogs, adults, all sorts of and there was like a big, not marathon, but like some kind of big race the next day. So there were a bunch of people in town for the rat race, which I think used to mean just going to work, but I don't know. I don't think they were all going to work because it was a Saturday. Anyway, the bandstand's really cool because they pay you, they feed you, they put you up, and they put us up in a little a regular B&B that was like next door because their hotel had filled up with folks for this run. And we were sitting down and we had something to eat because the B&B wasn't ready. And so we're just talking to different people. There was a guy that's like He's like the shop dog, not in a derogatory name, but he's like the guy that's there for the music nights. He's like knows all the events. He's Toby, I think. Toby has a killer beard. There was another guy that came in had a killer beard, and I was like, they're in the killer beard club together. It might be his dad. Like it was amazing. Anyway, Toby, very very nice dude. In like 12 metal bands, has played all over like the Orkney Islands, if you know where those are. He told us the story of how Scotland borrowed and ended up keeping permanently this set of islands from Norway. We call it borrowed. And he was just giving us some history, some music history, life history, cracking some dad jokes.
Give us some great advice about where to find some dogs on the patio to
Correct.
go and pet.
Correct. Amish and Dougal. They were like kind of collie.
They're purebred dogs, but I don't know what they are. They're like
They were all black, kind of collie looking dogs.
They were like chocolate retrievers, like golden retrievers that were like chocolate, because they were long haired.
I think their faces were too thin to be retrieved, but that's okay. I'll go with it. I'm with you. Scottish retrievers, very different. I'll buy that. Anywho, yeah, we checked. We went and walked on the beach for a little bit as the sun was going down. Incredible, beautiful, really wonderful. Water was chilly, but like I would have expected ice water for the North Sea, essentially, and it was
one of those situations. Like once you're in it, it's probably fine. But if you're just sticking your leg in it, it feels cold.
Yeah, true. But then we played a show. It was kind of a free for all that night because the rugby world championships are going on right now, and that was the first night. So there were a bunch of people there for the rugby game, some people there for the music, and then it was like this kind of mishmash of people rotating through for all those things. But everyone was into it, seemed super respectful, kind of watching the game. I was cracking jokes because I played rugby for a little while, so I was trying to play it cool, act like I knew what was going on. But it was a very fun venue. And they had us end a little early because all the folks that were doing the run had to get up and like race at 5 a.m. So they were like, maybe you could keep it down with your acoustic rock, Benny Bassett.
Nobody said that to you.
Could have happened. Something that could have happened. It didn't, but it could have. Anyway. Then we had some like new friends of ours show up, and they helped us like try. I do this like on a regular basis. Forget to order dinner before the kitchen is closed at whatever venue I'm playing, even places I've played many times. So I'm on my first break and I go up and it's like 8?
It's like 8:30.
No, 8, because I started it. Just kidding. It was like 8:30. And I was like, hey, is it too late to order food? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, that checks out. And so then Alan, one of the guys that works there, was like, you should order pizza from Lorenzo's. And I was like, all right, Alan, I trust you. So our new friends kind of lent us their phone. And then when I called the pizza in, they were like, it's cash only for delivery. So they were going to lend us 20 quid. And that was $20 basically, if you're in the lingo here.
Bucks is to dollars, what quid is to pounds.
Oh, I was terrible at those on the SATs.
Did you have a lot of questions like that where you were converting foreign currency?
No, not current currency questions. It was blank is to blank as blank is to blank. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what you just did, but they leave the last one blank.
Oh.
So you would have had to know quid or whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so we're like sitting there, an hour goes by, and they were just kind of slow closing the bar until our pizza came, and being very nice about it. Mm-hmm. I packed up. We're catching up, talking with these new friends of ours, and eventually we're like, all right, let's just go to the pizza place because this is ridiculous. So it's like a 3-minute drive, and we walk in and we're like, hey, we ordered this pizza for the bandstand. And the owner or manager's like, beep doop, I don't know anything about pizza going to the bandstand. So what we learned is, at least the way that shop did it, and it seems to be pretty common, is that like a delivery person will come, pay for the pizza, and then will come charge you a delivery fee, you know, like the difference in a delivery fee. So they make something and they get paid back for what they bought the pizza for. So we're sitting waiting for a new pizza to be made in Lorenzo's. And the delivery guy calls and he's like, "Where are you guys? The bandstand's closed." And we're like, "We're at the shop." So he comes back. There's some transaction that happens at the counter that left literally no one pleased except the delivery guy, because he got to keep our original pizza, and I think he got his money back. So he ended up in the black, as they say.
Joke's on him, because we ordered a very spicy pizza, and nobody out here can handle spice.
We did. It was quite hot.
So
it was the Mexicana, and we are New Mexicana. So, oh, shout out Downshift from New Mexico. So quite a little snafu, and we all just kind of laughed about it. Went back to our B&B, had a solid night. No one in the run. We didn't see any of the run. No one woke us up. They must have been running real quiet like. And yeah, I think we'll catch you up on our day traveling from Nairn to Inverness, and our bonus day today in Inverness that I teased at the beginning of this video. So what's up? Anyway, thanks guys, and we'll talk to you in just a minute here. Bye-bye.